Sorry about that, guys. I needed to somehow get rid of uh um in all seriousness, so that they'll come on. I sent NR the link, and then and Greek should already have it because it's broadcasting to his channel. There was something wrong. There you go, Greek. There was something wrong with the audio, so I was trying to fix it, and I went to leave, but right where there's usually the exit button on my phone, like on a computer, is an end button, and I ended up ending the broadcast like an idiot. So
you aren't the first person.
Yeah, that happened another time with Easy did that, but that's the reason why. Like you have to click more, I guess. I don't know. Let me just see. Yeah, there's like sometimes there's an exit button, sometimes there's not, and it's red. It's just like the end button is. So that's what happened, everybody. I ended the broadcast by mistake.
We fixed the stream though. I don't hear the echo anymore.
Okay, that's what I was gonna do, was just leave and come back. I sent NR the link.
Yeah. Oh man.
JC DeKang says Daniel should work in tech support. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
Daniel's the best techie ever.
Bro, like that's great, the news that Bryan dropped for everybody else, but not for day oneers, which was most of us.
Yeah.
Most people did it on day one, so that news doesn't really do anything for me. I mean, I appreciate that he did it for others, but I mean,
I will say this:
most people are not going to benefit from that.
If you haven't sacrificed at all yet, you can now feel good that no matter what you sacrifice at today, you're going to get the highest price, especially with the volatility we saw yesterday in the market. So at least for some people who haven't, or if you want to buy in again, and don't worry about Safuu price if you're buying in right now, because obviously just take the fiat value and then you divide that by 9, and that's how much SafuuX you get. It doesn't matter how many Safuu you get at all. Okay. No. But so just if you haven't bought in, you're thinking of adding to your bag, this is the perfect opportunity to know you can add to your bag and just come in.
What's up, NR? Sorry about that, brother.
Yo, good, man.
According to Jay Legend, Bryan's saying another announcement will come for day oneers. Now.
Oh, okay. Well, he is going to come on today. I mean, we're excited about that. Bryan Legend back after nearly 2 months?
Yeah, man, it's been forever. I'm really excited to see what projects he's.
I'm very happy to see him.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to see him as far as we saw him, me and Greek, because we were actually in his presence. We were with him in Dubai, but it's been since before that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been September, Greek?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a long time since everybody got to see Bryan.
Yeah, it was pre-Dubai with the when he was receiving those death threats, which was pretty sad. And then he said he was going to do some of these for a while. So I anticipate they're going to come back with a mic drop.
Yeah.
As Crypto Pride pointed out to me last night, he does have the mic on the thumbnail, and it does have exchange stuff. There's a whole lot going on in that thumbnail.
Yeah.
We're going to have Nick Caliani with Decentrology, the Hyperverse, see how many projects are actually working on the hackathon. That's huge stuff for a lot of people. There's so many good things to come, and I just don't want people to be hung up on what price they're going to get for sacrifice. Don't worry about that. It's about SafuuX moving forward and the sustainability. And if we get 20 to 30 projects coming on to start, does it really matter?
That's going to be huge, Greek.
Price. Yeah, the price doesn't matter. I mean, the price of what you sacrifice, that won't matter at that point because we need that value.
Isn't there a blockchain that just was released? They have 5 projects pushing $1 billion a day, some crazy number like that.
Aptos.
Yeah, Aptos is kind of different as they had a ton of seed money and they had big capital come in. So that's where they're getting a lot of their volume at.
They have a ton of employees too, Greek. They have 100 and some employees, if I'm not mistaken, on their team. So big differences there too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they could do that kind of, I mean, I was speaking specifically about the volume that they have
with a few projects.
Yeah.
With just a few projects. That's impressive. I mean, but Greek, what about other blockchains, and what comparatively are we looking at with other projects, or I'm sorry, with other blockchains with that kind of a amount in projects? Like, do you know off the top of your head, NR or Greek? Like, you know, they have this blockchain has 20 projects. This project, you know, blockchain has 100, whatever, and then what their volume is. Because, I mean, if we start up with 20 or 30 projects, I would expect for that to be somewhere in the neighborhood of at the very least 20 to 30 million dollars in volume. I mean, because if each one is going to bring up $1 million or so in volume, then I would think that's somewhere in the neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Is that asking too much though? $1 million in volume? Do you think that's too much?
No, not at all.
No, it isn't, because you take every single project's daily volume and every single transaction has to use SafuuX as gas. So you're looking at a ton of volume there, and that's why the projects are huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like look at Safuu. We were doing like 1.5 to 2 million like in volume, and we're just one of many on Binance Smart Chain, and that's just nuts. Yeah. It's nuts when you think about all the stuff. CPIN med.
So it looks like Avalanche. Looks like Avalanche launched with 364 projects.
They launched with 364.
Yep. That's
My
what
goodness.
It's looking like. Yep.
That's crazy. Yep. I'm at work this morning. Had to be here at 2 a.m. And so, you know, the big story in the United States, everybody, is that we had our midterm elections.
Yeah.
And I voted. I put out a story, people seeing me vote, encouraging others to do it. But the big story is, in the United States, everybody, whoever the party in power is, usually the opposite party wins big in the midterm elections. They usually take over a lot of seats, and the Republicans fell flat last night, and so far they have not. They usually the switch. If it's a Republican, Democrats pick up 30, 40, 50 seats. If it's a Democrat, Republicans pick up 30, 40, 50 seats. And it's like it's even. Like there's no, it's kind of weird.
Even.
So
yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's even. Like there was no red wave as they were expecting, and that has probably a lot to do with people this Republican Party, and they need to get away from Trump. That's what the Republicans are going to fare better, in my opinion. This is not. I'm not endorsing any kind of party, whether you're red or blue. But in my opinion, the Republican Party will fare far better the second that they say, okay, we're done with Trump, and then they just go back to their message, because that's ruining them, in my opinion. That's the reason why they didn't get as much last night.
Yeah, not to jump into politics a whole lot, but I gotta agree with you, Daniel. It's people will vote.
I mean, but it's the day after the election,
Trump.
and also, that's why I'm bringing it up.
People will vote for anyone other than Trump. Like, they hate this man so badly that if he endorses someone, it doesn't matter who it is. Or what
they're going to lose, and they
they're
lost.
They're going to lose,
yeah. They all lost last night.
Yeah, and that seems to be the trend now. Yeah, I agree with you.
But NR, don't you think that, like, in most people, we're all conservative and blue in some way? Like, we believe in, it's most of the people are both. You know what I mean? Like, I have conservative values.
Yeah, me too.
But the problem with conservatives today is that they're so, like, far radical, like Trumpism. It's like the Trump party now. It's not the grand old party that it always has been.
Yeah, man.
So hopefully that changes, and then we can get back to the once great Republican Party. But it's right now with this Trump guy, it's just leading them down the wrong path, and that's what's wrong.
Yeah, I will tell you, I personally don't mess with my guns and my money. But as far as abortion's concerned, man, I think that should be a woman's choice. Who are we as men to tell women?
There's a lot of Republicans that feel that way. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, that was a huge backbreaker for the
Yeah,
Republicans.
I think that hurt him, man. I think that hurt him.
It hurt him huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really. I
All
agree
right.
with you.
SafuuX SO says C chat pin message from Bryan. Maybe he has some news in AMA today. So he asked Bryan, my guess something is still coming for us day one sacks, and Bryan Legend with an emoji of a girl saying yes. So there you go for the crybabies in Discord. Bryan said it out of his mouth. So stop crying, because I know the crying's going to start, because nobody's going to look
How
at
do
the
they
pin
sound,
messages.
Greek, when they cry?
Yeah.
I didn't get good enough. I'm not going to make it. Okay, I don't mean to to make fun of anybody, but like I've seen there's going to be crying in Discord because they're going to see Bryan's announcement, then they're going to forget there's another section. And then they're going to forget to look at that, and they're going to be like, well, this doesn't affect day oneers, so as long as it doesn't affect me, I'm going to whine. Okay? It's not always about you. It's about the collective here and what's good for the collective on SafuuX. So if you're just looking at you, yeah, okay, that announcement doesn't affect us day oneers. That's why Bryan came in and probably realized that and is going to take care of day oneers. Now, what's going to be good enough for you is a totally different story.
Right.
And, you know, do I think we need anything? I'm going to be saying no. As long as SafuuX is still going to be the great SafuuX that it will be, if you give us more, then I'm okay. But if it is hurting SafuuX, then that's when I have to draw.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement with you, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. That money's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah,
I mean, but if it's going to hurt,
money.
I don't want it done at all. But you see, what I expect though is if it cannot be done, then they won't do it. That's just the way it goes. But if it's something that they can do, I mean, it's gonna work. I mean, anything at up to $16, everybody, is 50% fire pit. Over 50% fire pit. If it's $15.75, you know, it's like right at just above a 0.5% over at $16. Literally $16. So we're still going to start off, no matter what, we're going to start off with over 50%. But the higher it is, the better. So if he comes back to us and says, you know, this is what we can do for you, then fantastic. If he says we can't do anything for you, well then tough cookies for everybody.
Hey,
I've never said tough cookies. It's the first time I've ever said that.
Daniel, we got a fan that gave you a super chat. I don't know if you know this.
Well. Look who it is.
AKA
Mrs. Worldwide.
She changed her name now so everybody knows.
Right.
46 viewers with only 3 likes. These guys deserve better than that. Well,
that's right.
She's
right like usual.
There is a problem because Daniel messed up the first stream. Right. Everybody got pissed off at Daniel, so now they're mostly on the Greeks channel. So they came over. They're like, "Oh, Daniel messed it up. We don't know what's going on here. I don't like that." And they came over.
It's all right.
Or they already gave the thumbs up on the previous stream.
Just write down who's watching, please, on your channel. I'm going to block them.
I got 25 people you can block. And I got 13 likes in your face.
Ooh.
Yeah, but
now she was watching because she was the one telling me to just leave this stream and start all over, and that's when I ended the entire It's actually her fault. You know what I mean? It's Mrs. Worldwide's fault.
Mrs. Worldwide, can you believe what just got said? No. And you left the super chat on his channel. He doesn't even know that yet. You know, Daniel, if you needed money for a Whopper, you could have just asked. Okay, I would have quick paid you.
All right, well, when I come out to Illinois sometime in January, end of January, you know why? Because I can. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm just going to come over for lunch and leave my private jet.
There you go.
Wow. What a terrible lunch that's going to be.
Sharon Sabari is down there. I just saw him go down. I haven't seen him in a live stream in a long time. What's going on, Sharon? And Matthew Faulkner, good to see you, brother.
Man, you were just going all the way to the bottom, aren't you?
Well, I'm all the way down there. I'm seeing what's popping up there.
Yeah, Sharon Sabari. Hey, guys. How are you all? Good to see you. Jay Legend in the house. Us day oneers need to wait until end of sacrifice so the team can crunch the numbers. Of course.
Indeed.
Sharon is a very manly looking man. You know, he's got the bald head and the beard down to here, Chad chin. You know, that's what Sharon looks like. Did you guys freeze, or are you not saying anything?
We're
Not
messing
saying
with you.
anything. Yeah, messing with you. The
I'm
Greek
reading
texted me.
some comments.
Yeah, me too.
Well, how about sharing it with the audience? There's people driving, listening to us on the way to work.
No, what I mean is I was going through the comments, reading which ones I want to bring up. You know, a lot are just saying,
"We love you, Prado, Daniel. Oh my God!" That kind of stuff.
I don't read those comments. Any love for Prado, I just like, I'm controlling today.
Oh, come on.
There is not much love in the comments for Prado. Guys, you need to leave love for Prado. He needs it. Okay? His day thrives on this love you show him.
Yeah, it feeds the ego.
It does.
Jason Hayes says,
Yeah,
I wonder on receiving the high of the day, is it midnight to midnight UTC or within 24 hours of the sacrifice? I would guess the former. I would think it goes whenever their day switches over from on their calculator, on their D app, whatever time that is. I would imagine that's what it's going to stay. Waving Studios is in the house. Aptos over 500 million per day. That's crazy. Yeah. If we get that, then I can go have lunch with Daniel, I guess.
But you're going to take a chopper to me. You won't, you know. I'll take a jet to you, though.
Yeah, I'll drive to you. Oh, okay. Oh, man.
You're going to drive to me? Even though you have like $2 or $3 million? I would at least take, like, you know, a first-class flight and indulge a little bit.
Speaking of first-class flights, I'm flying first class tomorrow night to Vegas.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
My father has to do it up all the time. He's like, I bought his
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? He goes, because I got points.
Like, there you go. You got points. You
bro, don't turn that down.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and then he's sitting there. He's like, "Oh, I'll talk to the concierge at the hotel, see if we can get any free gaming." Or I'm like, "Oh, you have a concierge too, big guy." Crypto Gold Rush is in the house. Handicapped and Hot AK, Mrs. Worldwide. You are crazy good. Love from the team. Yeah, everybody loves Mrs. Worldwide. They
how can you not, bro?
He corrected it too, and we love Prado, of course. LOL. So that's good. Invest in Yourself says, do you think that Bryan will discuss when we can set up the nodes for testnet?
Probably.
That is a question that I would anticipate gets asked today. Whether we get a definitive answer on a date or when that's going to be up, we should actually, because we have all the right pieces today on this stream. We're going to have Nick Caliani and Prabhu, and Prabhu's the guy who's going to be there in charge of the nodes. So don't worry if you're a node holder. I mean, obviously, everybody's got to do the same thing, so it's not worrisome or anything. There's a lot that has to be done. Just know that when it is done, we're going to be good.
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys if you thought they were going to discuss a node setup today.
Yeah, I would think that they're gonna at least talk about it. I don't think they're gonna have much of an announcement like it's coming on this day, but they might. But they're gonna talk about it like, you know, hey, this is happening around this time, and this is what it's going to be that you guys can expect, like that kind of stuff. Which what it is it's a software, right, that we have to install in our wallet that attaches to the node. That's what it is.
So basically, there's going to be a piece of code you're going to have to run on your virtual machine. You'll probably have to install Putty on your personal computer in order to interact with that machine, and then insert your wallet address in that piece of code. It'll probably be copy and paste, I would think.
So all you do is insert your wallet address, and then it picks up that there is a node in that wallet, and then it allows.
Oh, cool! Even easier.
Yeah.
Okay,
For one of the nodes that I run, it was like a 3-step process of code that you copy and pasted. It's very easy to put in.
I've heard that the process is very easy, and that's good to know, because I didn't know if you had to connect your wallet to something and have your wallet constantly connected, and if it unconnected or something like that. Knowing that it's just the wallet address makes it so easy.
Yeah.
Garrick Bro in the house. if I pronounce it right. What's up, bros? Can't lie. I was disappointed in the price due to how low the value of my investment was mid-sacrifice, but understood the risk. It could have went lower too. That's correct. It could have gone lower. And just for this, before that whale bought in the first time, the price was actually headed south. It was not heading up. Like we sacrificed at 69 cents, and then it was at like 52 cents when he first did his $500,000 buy, which pushed it up. And that took, I think it was like day 6 when he finally came back in, and then everybody's like, oh, I got screwed. Now, that's the part that where I was like, if those buys never come in, this was not headed up. People weren't buying Safuu as heavily. Some were, but like it takes a lot to raise the price. Look at what $4 million did, and this is with all these coins, all these tokens being out of circulation, basically because
no other sell pressure.
Yeah, there's really no sell pressure.
Yeah, and I think that's the big thing that raised the price was no sell pressure. And yes, we're a lot of us were disappointed. There's nothing wrong with being disappointed, but whining about it doesn't help. You know.
And Keith the Crypto Farmer, and this is what makes today's AMA great, is the possibility of new developments on SafuuX is tremendous. And
agreed.
You know, with all there's just so much stuff today that's bigger than what we're talking about with sacrifice price. Sacrifice price affects us, but without this other stuff, that price doesn't matter because, you know, if SafuuX isn't successful, who cares what price you got in it, you know? So we need projects, we need exchanges, we need all this stuff to bring the people in. And right now, the people are coming in because they are excited about this AMA. We have 131 now. Mrs. Worldwide's bringing them all to the table, unless Daniel's sitting there tweeting and doing stuff and doing the show on his secondary computer, which is probably what he's doing. And he's silent, so I don't even know if he can hear us. But thank you so much, Handy Captain Hot, a.k.a. Miss Worldwide. We got to say her whole name because she left this super chat on an amazing person's channel. So thank you. And she goes, I love you guys too. The Greek loves you. You already know. In Dubai. I told you. I told you you're a brave soul for being with Daniel.
I did the old switcheroo here. That's why. And I muted my mic coming in so that it didn't make all this, and it still did. So it is what it is. But yeah, Ms. Worldwide loves everybody too, man. We had a great time meeting everybody. And ever since she's been sort of, you know, adopted into this community because she was unknown, everyone's taken very well to her, and they love her. Oh, look,
she's your better half, man.
Adrian is here. What's up, Adrian? Good to see you, my brother. And yes, there will be no info from Adrian himself. How about that, everybody?
That is good to know.
Adrian, a huge fan of Daniel Prado Worldwide, but not so much the Greeks channel for some reason. I don't know.
Adrian, show some love for the Greek. Okay. Let Daniel know that we shared some moments, and now I got echo again. Thanks, Daniel.
Oh, really?
It's fixed. It's fixed. We're good.
It's fixed. Yeah.
It's fixed. Good. Adrian, let Daniel know that you actually care about the Greek, okay? Let him know. Conference in the house. Hope you all having a good morning. I would be if Daniel would let me sleep. Daniel last night's like, Greek, we got to do a pregame. And then we got to do a postgame. And then we got to do a post game. And then we got to do the post to the post game. And I'm like, Daniel, I have a job.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you can do the pre, can't you? And I'm like, yeah, what time? You're trying to kill me? And he's like, 5:45.
Well, yeah, because I wanted to go on before and after. Well, we can't go on at, with a half an hour to go. We want to give people some time to come in, express
Today's
their thoughts.
The one day where, like, even though I'm in the office, I'm actually going to be doing stuff in the office because we're bringing in all our carrier partners and having, like, a carrier summit, and I'm going to be the big wig talking to all the carriers and doing all that stuff. Strutting my stuff, you know. Danny Especia, hopefully I pronounced it right. Good morning, guys. Hoping Bryan will raise that 69 cents up to $1.
Yeah, we'll see.
One thing I always keep in mind is I'm a math guy. So, like, just in terms of my sacrifice, if he were to go from 69 cents to, let's say, $1.20, you know, that's essentially like he's giving me, just me, one individual, $6,000. Okay. And you take everybody you sacrifice and you do that and you're like, you get $6,000, you get $6,000, you get this, and you get this, you get this. And it's like 500 here, 500 there. This money is coming from somewhere. So that's when I bring up the sustainability of everything. And yeah, the price could have been at $1 that day. We could have all sacrificed it that day, but it's fine because that's what the market would have dictated at the time. So that's the one thing. Now, $1 would be great. I'm not going to lie. It would be amazing. But also realize that the more money you're giving now, the more money people are going to have day one. And do you trust all these people? You know, to not like to have that same mindset of long-term mentality, or are they going to see big numbers? Because we all know we're going to be rebasing for 2 months. Are you going to just come in and be like, look at all this money I got? Like, even I've told NR this, the amount of money I'm going to have on day one is more money than I've had in a while. Now, yeah, it's good money, but it's not going to last me forever. So for anybody who's like thinking about selling, that's just like the short-term mentality. Like, that money is like, yeah, I'll have fun for a month, you know, have a nice vacation with it, but it's not life-changing money. So, but if it's life-changing for me, if it's biggest money for me, it's going to be the biggest for a lot of people. So that's the only thing. And it's got to come from somewhere. And, you know,
there goes Fox's Den. Adrian saying the Greek is elite. So there you go, Greek. Adrian shown love.
I knew Adrian. Adrian knows that. You know, I know.
NR,
he didn't have to say it
about the sellers that keep asking, because let's just call them that. The sellers that keep on asking about the sell-off on day one. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, everybody that keeps bringing it up, they obviously are worried about it because they're dumping their bag on day one.
That's right.
I mean, that just makes sense. You know, if you look
but
at
I'll tell you what, though, NR, I think they do. And then we go down in price.
Agreed.
And then they are wiped out because price shoots immediately back up.
Yeah, I agree.
They are going to be shitting themselves when this happens, and I can't wait for it to happen. I expect it to happen.
It'll be a fire sale at that point.
Go down on day one almost immediately because of all of these sellers that we have. Then there's all the people that don't even believe in Safuu, and they can't wait for opening day so they can get out. All those people are going to leave, and then it's going to shoot through the roof because we can't help it. It's going to be there. There's going to be a bunch of volume. There's going to be all these projects. It's going to shoot up. And then we're going to be laughing at them live on the air. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's my plan.
Yeah, well,
I hope for it to happen, but expect it.
Once the price goes down, it'll be a fire sale at that point. I mean, people will be chomping at the bit to get it at such a low price.
Yep.
You know, Sean brought that up last night in the live that I was on with him, and he was talking about that notorious wallet for, and, you know, they kind of control things because they have so much of the liquidity, and if they dump, the price is going to tank. Well, yeah, but then, like you said, there's so many projects on it. You know, it's going to be a buy the dip kind of situation and a fire sale at that point.
There also becomes a price where you can't sell anymore, or it's not smart to sell because everybody's doing these calculations. Like when I say you're going to 6x your money, when I said 2 days ago in my video that you're going to 4x your money, that's assuming that the price is $9 when you do sell. Right. So if the price dips to $4, you're going to see these people who are going to be like, put the brakes. I can't sell at $4 because now their 6x is just be cut in half, you know? So now they're going to be like, oh, that's not the money I thought I was going to get. So now let me hold. And then when that pressure stops, you're going to have all the people trying to get in at the same time. So that's when I see.
Yeah. And if the buys offset the sells, the price isn't going to do anything.
Yeah. That's what I said. That's why I said, if you get like people who are worried about day one buying and selling, that's why I say today's update with the hackathon. These are big updates for you because you won't, if you have 30 to 40 projects day one, let's say we get that announced, that's how many projects are coming on. I don't care how much people want to sell. Go ahead and sell. You're going to have so many projects launching on day one where it's just going to just counteract all that, and it's not going to matter. And then if you are a node holder, you're just going to be sitting back like this being like, look at that volume. Oh, my goodness. I love that. You know, and it's just going to be great. if that's the case, I don't think anything's going to be able to stand in the way of the price even is going up. It's going to be going up. And
Yeah.
Agreed.
so there's so much stuff that can happen. It's still super early. And I know people don't like to believe things till they hear it. And it's like set in stone. And we're going to find out a lot today.
Yeah, it's going to be a good thing, man. It's going to be awesome.
And I know it's well overdue, but when you have people in 3 different time zones trying to get one time to do things, remember, Nick Kellyani's in California, so this is really early. It's 6 a.m. He's going to be up starting when the live stream does happen. Oh, 5 a.m. Sorry, 5 a.m. for him. And then you got Prabhu's over there in Dubai, which is 9 hours ahead. And then you got Bryan in Australia. So it's just so very hard to get all these pieces to meet up, and they're all working hard. So like you're taking time out of their work to be on these live streams. So just be mindful of that when you're always like, they should do more of these. It's very tough.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Plus Bryan had, death threats, so we understand why he was, taking a break.
Yeah. And the part we were there in Dubai, people were not negative towards Bryan at all in Dubai. Everybody actually was like taken to him very well. He did an amazing job, and people loved Bryan over there. They loved everybody on the team. And you didn't hear anybody, like when I was talking to random people, all the FUD you think we hear, I think a lot of it is we hear it in the community. The outside world, like the outside people, none of that FUD is there. Like, yeah, you really have to research and you see, oh, Bryan's got a lot of hate. Like my friends looked up Bryan Legend and he's like, well, he's got a lot of hate on him. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand. Like, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna waste my time. But that's what this, yeah.
It's true.
Daniel loves it though. When people,
he just can't.
You're not doing it right.
He cannot sit. He cannot sit still. Like, if somebody writes something dumb and Daniel sees it, he's going to be like, Greek, I don't want to do it, but I got to do it. And I'm like, okay, you got my permission this time.
Yeah, I think we all love seeing Daniel go in.
I started a new series on the channel, the Twidiots is what it's called.
Twidiots.
So the Twidiots, whenever I have a conversation on there, I'm going to tell the story about how this conversation happened and what they said, The other guy that I was talking about, he actually hit me up and he's like, yeah, let's talk about this. I saw that I was on your channel. He actually wasn't on my channel. I didn't mention him by name or anything like that. But it was about that guy that it appears that he doesn't know the difference between a project and a blockchain because he just, that's the indication special. That he was giving. You know what I mean? Now he's saying that he does that. That's not true. So when I talk to him, we'll see what he says. But these are going to be fun for people to listen to because they can be entertaining. I mean, like sometimes they can actually be entertaining and also something that you can learn from.
So I started every time somebody leaves a hate comment on my videos, I started screenshotting it, and now I save them. Before I ban them, I screenshot it, and look, we got all these hate comments.
Wow!
So when we do make it, I'm gonna have a whole video rolling to some background music saying, "These are all the non-believers, and look at where we're at now." And it's gonna be me just strapped in cash, hold it at the end of the video, and I'm gonna make it the "I told you so" video. So keep leaving your hate comments because the Greek is screenshotting all of them. I love them. Keep them coming.
I would make a video out of those. I would literally just read each one as a video because I've made entire videos based on one comment. Like I've done that, like
Here's the first one. Here's the first one I did when so it was on my video. Wag me, are you ready? This guy goes, those 5-minute craft videos where the people are so bad at acting it makes you cringe? That's how I feel watching this guy push the scam coin. How many channel comments did you buy, dude? Laughing my ass off.
Did you let him know how many you bought, though? That would have been nice.
No, I don't respond to idiots, okay? I don't give them their air, okay? Their airtime. I took a picture of it, and I said, thank you so much for your comment in my mind. And then I said, hide user from channel. You got the ban hammer. You're done.
NR
Yep.
went lead style on us. He went
Oh
no
yeah,
picture.
totally lead style, and he doesn't even have a
Decided,
picture.
this is,
Oh my
he
god,
doesn't want to do that. He's
he
not
doesn't
gonna.
know how to do it probably. But Tim Lancaster says sacrifice DF is up to 31,871,927.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that, Greek. How did
it jump 4 million in one night?
I thought it jumped like a lot more than that. Like, I mean, it's like 30 something million, wasn't it? Like 20 something just a couple days ago. Like, what is that from? Did Bitcoin get activated that I don't know about? Something
I
happened.
have no clue how that jumped up unless it was just reading wrong this whole time and they just fixed it. Because remember, it wasn't working yesterday, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. There was a time where it went down. It wasn't yesterday. It was the day before yesterday. But it's just it's gone up like almost $10 million.
That's a ton.
Last time I looked at it.
That's good. That is good to see. People are coming over. People are coming over. As you can see, the FUD is stopped on. Oh, look at these sacrifices. Where's the idiots been? Oh, they don't have it. Nobody's gonna sacrifice. Oh no. You know.
Yeah.
Nope.
I think that we would be even more if Bitcoin would have been activated. That's going to come later at some point. And there's also going to be the other ways, let's face it, that he raises money for liquidity, right? I mean, in not excluding a pink sale the day before or sometime before the actual launch where he says, you know, I'm going to give some people the opportunity to buy in at 9 before we launch, right? So, I mean, if that happens, that could very well raise a lot of money also, right? I mean, is there any other ideas that raise liquidity? Because that's the only one I can think of, but I'm sure that there's other ways that I'm just not aware of. Do you guys think that's going to happen?
I think he's going to do something like a pink sale, maybe the first 2 weeks prior, and he'll get a lot of money doing that.
I think that's going to be the big one, because I thought this sacrifice was going to be but a sacrifice isn't really what people. A lot of people are not really knowledgeable about how a sacrifice happens. But if you're telling them you're going to be able to buy this direct coin before it launches, I think that sparks more interest because that's sort of more like to the point, right? Instead of all.
That's what we saw in Dubai a lot. Every person coming up to me was like, how do I get SafuuX? And then so I went through the process. I go, you buy Safuu now, you'll rebase more. At that time, I'm like, you rebase more, then you sacrifice.
Then you see their eyes glaze over.
Their eyes would go, so you're telling me I got to do 3 things. I can't just buy SafuuX right now in the moment. If I could have sold SafuuX to them and said, here, you can just buy SafuuX direct for $9, these people would have been like, here's my wallet. They would have handed me their wallet and said, here, do it for me. And it would have been so easy for them. They all were like, yeah, I would have thrown and it would have been big buys. Let me tell you, it would have been like $100 or $200, $300 buys on the spot.
A million people do that, you know.
I did get 5 or 6 people who I actually bought Safuu for, but then I'm sitting there looking back and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, well, I had to go in and help them buy Safuu. Imagine them trying to figure out sacrificing. So did those,
and
you know,
if the DApp didn't work, you know, if the DApp didn't work at first, and
yeah.
So that brings up. Do you think we're going to discuss BTC Bitcoin, whether or not we're going to have that for sacrifice?
I think we will, and if I just feel like even if it has to extend, like even if he goes like the regular sacrifice is over, and then he goes, okay, now it's Bitcoin only for a week, and you guys can get some sort of bonus. Hey, I'm okay with it. Like,
I think that's
it's not
exactly
gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna affect testnet. It really isn't. Testnet's gonna be testnet regardless.
No,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. The main thing with testnet is testing the nodes and
liquidity Greek from now until January 20th.
Yeah, there's also other ways of projects coming in on the blockchain could probably get opportunities to add a ton of liquidity early so that they have everything ready to go, knowing that it rebases, and that could be a way that we add liquidity, you know, by them staking their liquidity. There's other ways of getting a lot of liquidity. Liquidity was never an issue when you'll never hear Bryan even worry about that, but of course, he's probably got more in plans than we even know about for that kind of stuff. And Crypto Gold Rush just he was reiterating what I said. Everybody we talked to in Dubai was 100% positive to SafuuX, Bryan and all the team. Like, yeah, nobody was fudding. Nobody was saying, well, what's this? A lot of it was like amazing questions because these are educated people in the space. So they were coming in and they're like, so what does it do? What is this? And they weren't trying to be smart. Like we see our fudders. Well, what's its utility? Nah, 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 nah. And you know where they're going. They're trying to like, nothing's going to be good enough for you. With these people, when you answer the question, they go, oh, so that's never been done before.
Genuine questions.
And you could see it and it was different. Crypto Pride says, where link? I texted you the link if you want to hop in with us. We got about 20 minutes left. Jason Mathos just was in the Discord with the eyeball saying 25 minutes to go. We already know celebrities on the show now. Can't
Jason,
keep
just
going on the
hold
show.
on for a minute. We were going to go till 8:30.
That's my little one. That's my 3-year-old Clarity. She's down here in the corner here.
Oh, wow. Look at her. That goes Pride. Your daughter's beautiful.
Oh, poor Pride. He has to come in when your daughter makes a appearance.
Yeah, y'all sending links out late.
Well, we ended up having to start all over because I ended the broadcast when I was just simply leaving. I ended the broadcast.
Pride, he did what?
Freaks like this.
I did it like 10 times already. Don't feel bad.
Yeah, well, it's weird when you're on the phone. Remember, I told you the phone issue. There is no spot to just leave. You have to just back out.
Yeah.
But on the computer, you can. There's a leave button where you can click leave and get out.
It's like endo. That's why it was like, darn it. But that's all right though.
But it's funny because you have to click 2 things to approve it. So he's essentially clicked end, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'll approve it." But luckily, 179 of you showed up anyways, regardless of Daniel's technical difficulties. So you guys are amazing. I can't say it enough. And
thanks to all 9 people on Greek's channel for joining us. We really appreciate it.
For everybody on my channel, you guys have been showing up every day, leaving comments, coming, watching my videos. My views have been skyrocketing. I'm just giving you the 5-minute short videos of what's going on, and you guys seem to love it. So I'm going to continue giving you the news daily. I don't care if there's not a lot to cover. I'm going to come on and give my opinion if there's not a lot to cover.
We've been proving that left and right. Every day we prove that. There's something to cover.
Yeah. And Detective Greek is always on the case. I may never be right, so don't take what I see people in Discord still being like, well, the Greek said it's Bybit, and the Greek said Grove token may be a partner, Skyway partner. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh Jesus, I might be 100% wrong. I'm just going based on data, that I have at the given time, which
guess we'll find out soon.
To be fair, I don't do my own research, okay? When it comes to my detective work. I
don't
have
like my hair today, guys. I don't like my hair. It does not look good.
It's like a group effort, detective work.
What do you think?
I don't like your hair either. Okay, you actually have hair. Okay, look at this. What's this?
You have hair.
Garbage. Yeah.
You just did the one video, and ever since then, it's been curtains.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Hi, little NR. Little female NR.
The last time I got a haircut was actually when Bryan paid me to shave my beard, but then I did my head. That's how much it's grown since then. Bye, hair. Bye. So enjoy your hair while you have it, Daniel.
Well, Greek, we've got what is it now? 3 minutes before we should probably wrap this up, so people have a chance to go get their coffee and go use the bathroom and stuff. They're excited. Mrs. Worldwide is already gonna be watching it. I made sure I hit the reminder, so that's gonna pop up on the television for her. Although she's watching now, so she's gonna be watching. Everyone's excited to see Bryan Legend and what it is that he has to say. So
feels like it's been forever.
Let everybody know who's here.
Yeah.
Who's here? Who do we got?
And let me just say thank you. I think Chalk Talk and everyone over there in the comments saying my daughter's beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate that. She gets her looks from her mother.
We noted, bro.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I was gonna say. NR,
look at NR, like he's being modest.
Yeah, he's so modest. So the tattoo is starting to heal a little there.
Is it a SafuuX tattoo?
Do you see?
No, but I'm
we
planning
got
a
Legend the
crypto
Pug
leg
right there.
sleeve.
Oh, there he is.
Oh yeah, I see it. Nice.
That the pug makes the tattoo, brother. It really does.
I love the Pug. Yeah, I took the. He now puts it in Tagaderm, so I took that off yesterday. That was worse than the tattoo pulling the sticky Tagaderm off. I'm like, Jesus.
I've never gotten a tattoo in my life.
Well, I am making. There's a pledge. Odinato said, Crypto Pride said, even if he didn't say it, he will do it if this happens. I know he will. NR will do it for sure because look at him. He's got no tattoos already. So
Yeah, I'm already planning a crypto sleeve, and the first one will be SafuuX.
So SafuuX tattoos, we're all going together when we make our first $1 million on SafuuX. So the faster that happens, we're gonna go get SafuuX tattoos because at that point, nobody can ever say anything the rest of your life. You can say, "Hey, this is a crypto I made millions off of," and they'll be like, "Oh, that's awesome."
That's a good reason to get a tattoo, in my opinion.
I don't need a reason.
It's a good story too.
Yeah, you guys love tattoos. There's people like that. I've just never been one that has done it. But if I'm gonna get a tattoo, it's gonna be what made me my first $1 million, and I certainly will be entertaining the idea.
So Seahawk says he's over here lurking.
There he is.
He's on my channel, Daniel. Does that make you sad?
He's on your channel?
Yeah, 69 people are on my channel. What a number,
69 bands. 69 bands coming.
Con, you will get to $1 million. So don't join if you don't want it because it's gonna happen. He forget. I think he forgets NR that he's a half node holder.
He's a node holder.
Yeah, so I think when he says, I'll get a 2 perhaps if I get if you could take that if away because you're a half node holder. So Hendricks
I find myself having to remind him often for whatever reason.
Of course. Bagger Legend says no regrets, Greek. We almost had an issue with this past tattoo. So I have the roulette wheel on top, and you know how the roulette wheel's got numbers, okay? There's 2 style roulette wheels. There's a European roulette and there's a American roulette. My tattoo artist, just the first thing he brought up happened to be a European roulette wheel. So when I showed up and I'm like, I want the ball on number 23 and I want certain things, I was a dealer. I was a supervisor at a casino, and I'm a big time player. So when I'm like, dude, no, where's the 4? Where's the 23? Where's the 35? Where's the 0? They're supposed to be next to each other. What's going on here? So the tattoo artist had all the numbers drawn in. So if you could see, there's only 5 numbers drawn in because he didn't want to redo the whole drawing. So we're adding the numbers in later. So you only put the 5 numbers I care about right now. So always do your due diligence and speak up.
Why 23? Any reason?
So when I first was in Vegas, 35 used to be my favorite number, and 23 is next to it. So I put $15 on 23 just because it was next to my sports number. I was number 35 growing up playing basketball, and I just put my last $15 on 23, and it came in, and the dealer handed me $525, and I've been hooked ever since. And since that's a number, I just always bet, and it's right in the center of the board. Michael Jordan from Chicago. I just always put it.
There you go.
Very
Orange
cool.
Crypto says, "Don't go saying you're a dealer, Greek. You know that will be clipped." But yeah, so I won so much money on that, and I've won thousands upon thousands upon thousands on that number. So it's one of those things where Chalk's going to get a SafuuX tattoo too. So we're building the numbers up here. So we're going to have a lot of free advertising walking around.
I'll get this as a tattoo. This SafuuX.
You can design yours any way you want, Daniel. You can put it on your forehead too.
Daniel, your first one should be on your neck. Yeah.
Oh, that would be badass.
On my neck or on my face like Tyson?
Yeah, there you go.
SafuuX.
You can do it in Vegas like The Hangover.
I was the guy that somebody said no regrets to, and I was like, don't you mean no regrets? I didn't get it.
was like, no regrets. It's supposed to be no regrets.
Dinorex Gaming. People don't understand that SafuuX is not Safuu blockchain. It's a completely different thing. They're not the same. Explaining it to people is like talking to a wall. There's a lot of talking to walls here. And some people think that
there's a great meme of somebody like there's this guy talking to a brick wall. I think that's hysterical whenever somebody posts that. Because it's like talking to a brick wall, and there's a guy that's actually talking to a brick wall.
Daniel, you just have the best video idea for yourself. You just go stand in front of a brick wall and you just say, okay, I'm going to teach you about SafuuX, and do your whole video like that. And then
spray paint FUD on the brick wall.
Yeah, and then say, I don't get it still. What's its utility? After you explain the utility. That's exactly what's like. I swear, I explain to people, and they're like, blockchain's not a utility. Blockchain's not a utility because so many people are coming out with blockchains that pretty soon that's not going to be a utility. I'm like, okay, let's just stay a token then.
I just love the utility question for any cryptocurrency. Yeah. It's like,
it needs utility.
What's the utility of it? Its utility is what it does. Whatever it does, it's supposed to do this, and that's all it does. Whatever it does, that's its freaking utility. Like the only things in crypto, everybody, that has a utility are blockchains. If you have a blockchain coin, that it runs every other project that's on that blockchain. And quite honestly, that's the only thing they're good for too. That's it. Like there's not really many places that you could you can't go to pay for gas and use Ethereum. You can't go to the food store and buy it with Bitcoin. You can't do any of that stuff. So really, the only thing that is that cryptocurrencies are utilized for are coins that have projects built under it. That's it. And then when those projects are built, the only thing that they're good for is whatever problem they're solving. End of story. That's it. So anytime someone says, what's the utility? I'm like, okay, here we go.
So here's my answer to what is the utility. It is the digitization of real world assets. That's it in a nutshell. Whether it's financial assets or NFTs for, collector cars, whatever it may be, it's the digitization of just that real world assets. And it's going to change how we do things in the future.
Like whenever they come out with the voting on the blockchain, and that comes that's probably 20 or 30 years away. But whenever that happens, what are people going to say? I like the idea, but what's the utility? It's to vote. That's the utility. That's it.
Yeah.
Can you do anything else with it though?
So officially, we are 9 minutes away. I want to give people enough time to go to the bathroom, get their coffee ready. Daniel's already been up for 17 hours, so, it doesn't matter.
Until 11:30.
Yeah,
Pride, I don't know if you know this. Daniel's doing a post game because Daniel is bored at work.
Yeah.
So he needs somebody to join him since the Greek has a job and can't join him. And I still get crapped on from Daniel because I have a job.
I never crap on you, bro. Come on.
Greek, I'm doing this. Can you come on at 9 a.m.?
Mrs. Worldwide is watching both channels. So one of one of the 7 people watching, because we have 160.
You mean one of my 69? Somebody keeps joining, so it always stays at 69 members. It's weird.
Barry McConaughey's on your channel.
Right. Barry.
I want to thank everybody. Yesterday hit 6,400 subscribers. Thank you so much for those who made it happen. So since Dubai, I've added 400 subscribers. So the shorts seem to be working, bringing in new people.
I don't know why my subscribers don't grow as much as yours do. They just don't grow that much for some reason.
Prado, you see this face?
I know, that's the reason why I'm confused.
Just do a whole video with an overlay of my face over yours. I guarantee you'll gain 30 subscribers.
That would be a funny.
You know what I was thinking about getting for our live shots? Greek Puppet. I want to get Greek Puppet so we can ask him questions also.
Yeah. That would be amazing. So when I'm not on, and you're mad, you can just be like, "Here's Greek Puppet."
Yeah. Greek, what do you think? Well, I think that this is nothing but FUD.
And you gotta do your no neck when you do Greek Puppet.
I'm gonna attack the FUD because I'm Greek Puppet.
The Greek believes, so stay and you can achieve.
if anybody can make Greek Puppet for me, please let me know, because I would love Greek Puppet.
Somebody's gonna do it. Somebody's gonna make like an accurate Greek puppet, and they're gonna put like this huge beard.
That's what. Yeah, it's gotta look like you. You know what I mean?
And if Greek puppet can be holding Legend in his one hand, so you have Greek puppet holding a pug.
Even better. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Hi guys, I'm here with Legend.
So I got 9 people staying in my house now because another house is being built.
Oh my
So that's
gosh,
why
that's
it's been crazy for live stream. So I'm in the basement right now. Luckily, nobody else in the house is awake. But my pug just takes turns sleeping with a different person every night. So I go, you are just. We call him many. We call him many names now. He's not in Legend. Yeah.
My dog's the same
pug.
way. Anytime we have guests in the house, he wants to be with everybody else. Totally forgets about me. But then every other day, though, he follows me around.
Greek started building his mansion already.
Go.
Daniel, I feel bad.
Yeah. I said Greek started building his mansion already, huh, Greek?
There you go.
Not my house. Not my
Go
house.
ahead, Bryan and NR. Why don't you close out the show for us, bro? Go ahead.
What do you think about that sacrifice amount? 31 million.
31 million.
31 million accounting.
I don't know how it got to that high though. What happened?
FOMO's kicking in. You know what? Wait till next week.
It was a little stagnant at what, like 21, somewhere in that around 21. It was a little stagnant, and then boom. Yeah.
It was 27 million yesterday. So
yeah,
I'm loving it, because people are like, oh, nothing's going to come in. And then you get 20 million and then they still want to say stuff. Now you can't say anything. But more importantly, we got to cut this off because we are getting awfully close.
Oh, yeah.
And Crypto Gold Rush keeps reminding us 5 minutes of showtime. So tune in. Let your voices be heard. Ask questions. This is the time to super chat your questions. We all know Bryan looks at the super chat. So if you have a question, you have a concern, make sure you ask it so that we don't have to hear about it anymore. And please get your questions in. Get your hot dogs and burgers ready.
And we'll all be with you again after the show. I'm going to have the post game, and all these guys are going to be on with us.
I will be in the comments on the post game show, leaving my thoughts, but I will not be on because
you never know. We'll see.
Okay, I might be able to just say hi, go out, walk outside, and say hi.
Yeah, Confirmant style.
But whatever, just tune in. We got 175 here. I expect 175 on the post game. It's going to be on Daniel's channel. So unfortunately, the only way you can watch it is on his channel. You won't have my channel as an option unless he adds it to stream on my channel. If you want to go on and watch it from my channel, if you absolutely despise going on his channel, but go on Daniel's channel. I don't need it on my channel. I don't need it on mine. Daniel will probably do it because he's a nice guy and put it on mine. But I don't need it on mine. I'm just saying, just support Daniel. Let him know. Leave him all the good comments so he can feel good about himself.
Right as well.
Yeah, my subscribers going up too, guys. Thank you for all the subscribers, but I need more.
It's never enough, is it, man?
Never enough. No. Need all you guys so we can spread the good word of SafuuX.
That's what it's about.
That's right.
Subscribe to everybody.
All right, we are going to end it abruptly. Thank you all for joining. I'm sorry I couldn't go through the list. We don't have time. We got to get over to
all right,
Bryan Legend, it's your turn. Bryan Legend, come on, your turn.
Right.
Bryan, make us proud as you always do. Thank you.
We'll see you guys next time.
See you on the post game.